Pentagon leak reveals U.S. concerns about Ukrainian counteroffensive. U.S. government agencies are working together to assess the fallout from a stunning leak of Pentagon documents that appeared to reveal, among other information, sensitive U.S. intelligence about the war in Ukraine. One document from early February suggests Washington had doubts that an anticipated spring counteroffensive by Ukraine would yield big gains, an assessment that could embolden those who say Kyiv and its allies should negotiate with Russia to end the conflict. A top Russian general said the Kremlin will ramp up its air defenses near Finland, which recently became a NATO member, doubling the transatlantic military alliance's land border with Russia. Here's the latest on the war and its ripple effects across the globe. Leaked documents. The documents include a U.S. intelligence assessment that predicts Ukraine will make only modest territorial gains in its counteroffensive. The assessment says Ukraine is grappling with low munitions and worn-out troops, and it warns of force generation and sustainment shortfalls. Another document cites looming weaknesses in Ukraine's air defenses. Russia has begun analyzing the documents, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said. The U.S. intelligence community has deeply infiltrated the Russian military, the documents indicate, in some cases enabling Washington to warn Kyiv of attacks. Washington has been working with Kyiv to shape the anticipated counteroffensive, and U.S. officials have held tabletop exercises with Ukrainian military leaders, the Washington Post reported. The documents include an analysis of wide-ranging risks posed by China, including Beijing's willingness to send lethal aid to Russia. One assessment published in the leak says that a Ukrainian attack on Russian soil using NATO weaponry could draw Beijing into the war. China is committed to peace talks and a political settlement in Ukraine and has never supplied arms to either side of the conflict, Hassan Xiao, a spokesman for the Chinese embassy in Washington, said Tuesday. Other key developments. President Biden told reporters Tuesday that Russia's detention of Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich was totally illegal and that a court ruling upholding it was out of bounds. Biden said he would speak with members of Gershkovich's family. The United States has categorized as wrongful his detention of espionage charges, which the Wall Street Journal denounced vehemently and which rights groups and media organizations around the world have decried. Russia's parliament is considering a proposal to tighten military conscription laws. The proposal, set to be discussed Tuesday, would introduce electronic mobilization and ban people who do not comply with summonses from leaving Russia, according to the country's state media. The move raised concerns in Russia, forcing officials to stress that there are no plans for another round of military mobilization. Russian opposition politician Vladimir Kara-Murza, who faces up to 25 years in prison on treason charges for criticizing the Russian military, described his trial as reminiscent of the Stalinist repression of the 1930s. Prosecutors have asked for the maximum sentence. "I'm in jail for my political views, for speaking out against the war in Ukraine. For many years of struggle against Putin's dictatorship," Kara-Murza, a contributing opinion writer for The Post, said in his last statement to a Russian court. Global impact. Moscow ordered military preparations in response to the NATO accession of Finland, which was formerly militarily non-aligned. Russian air defense forces are working out issues of protecting the state border in the northwest of the country in accordance with the increased threat level, said Lieutenant Gen Andrei Demin, commander of Russia's air defense forces, according to Reuters. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva will talk about the war in Ukraine with Chinese President Xi Jinping during an official visit to China this week.